In the show.
We are live.
There we go.
All right. Welcome to another Ask Me Anything. I'm Melissa Edwards. I'm the Director of Education with Eastern Music Festival. And my special guest tonight is Aaron Tindall, who is our tuba faculty at EMF and teaches at the University of Miami. So say hi to Aaron.
Hey, everybody. How are you? Joining us this evening. So where should we start, Melissa? Do we have any questions, or should we?
I don't see any specific questions just yet. So I guess maybe just why don't you explain a little bit about the Euphonium Tuba program, since it's a 2-week program and is different from our main orchestral program.
Absolutely. Yeah, so our 2-week tuba euphonium, or I guess we labeled our Euphonium Tuba workshop, is a pretty intensive initiative that Damondre Thurman and I came up with. I'm sure everybody knows Damondre Thurman. He needs zero introduction. We miss him here tonight, so you're a busy guy, Damondre. We know that you're double triple booked, but he's doing another one of these somewhere else, I think. But it's a great 2 weeks where we're bringing in tuba and euphonium players from all over. I'm getting some reverb back. There we go. Where we have tuba and euphonium players from all over the country. Joined us last time. I think that we had maybe 10 on each instrument. Is that about right, Melissa?
That's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 on each instrument. They came in, submitted tapes, and this is a unique workshop in the fact that it's housed under the umbrella of an orchestral music festival, which there are tons of tuba and euphonium workshops that happen all around the world, but none of them happen in sync with an orchestral festival. So this allows euphonium players and tuba players to come and observe orchestra rehearsals, sectionals, master classes, to get to see world-renowned soloists. The 5-week orchestral festival has taken place, and for us to participate along with the festival. Some of the things I've got some scheduled out. What we did this last time, week 1, we start every day doing a fundamental session in the morning, warm-ups. We do a lecture and a technique talk and a Q&A talk every day. Our Monday session was understanding your embouchure. So we go through teaching students how to understand their embouchure, because we all look different, don't we? Different top lip or bottom lip. Some people have flat lips, fleshier lips. Some people's bottom lip protrudes. Other people's top lip might have a teardrop to it. You might have a teardrop space in your bottom lip. Just understanding how our embouchures function help students get a handle on that, because that's where the sound source is delivered from. The following day, then we go from understand your embouchure to extreme register development. Okay, and Damondre and I each do specialized courses explaining how to get our extreme high register going and our low register going, and be sitting in a circle and playing back and forth. There's a lot of interactive learning going on here. The following day, we go to finger dexterity and articulation, talking about 8 different types of articulation and how to do them, right? So, and Damondre does a fantastic job talking about finger dexterity and fingering patterns and how to get your speed up and your tongue and finger coordination. It's really an inspiring session. Thursday of the first week, we also we talk about dynamic control and developing that dynamic control, how to keep your sound as you crescendo and decrescendo, how to add that into phrasing, how to shape phrases rather than shaping intervals. We work on that, quite a number of exercises. And then Friday is kind of, at the end of that first week, is kind of how we tie everything in together. We do a lot of Q&A. We do a lot of chamber music together. We've got quartets. We've got tuba ensembles. We've got solo playing. I mean, it's kind of the gamut of everything at the end of that first week. So the first week is really like a technique and fundamental heavy week. And at the same time, we're working towards a concert that we have within the festival that is designed to showcase a few soloists within the festival and our workshop that we deem ready to play for the public, and also some of the quartets and the tuba ensemble. The second week is a little bit more, I would say, geared towards audition preparation for those that are interested in taking orchestral auditions and military band auditions, as well as solo competitions. So we spend Monday tying in everything that we did with our technique stuff into solo competitions, and we work on solo repertoire and how to develop certain solo repertoire, a little bit of ins and outs of the repertoire of the tuba and the euphonium. Tuesday, we usually bring in our special guest, Maestro George Schwartz comes and visits us, and he talks about his vast experience listening to many orchestral auditions. I mean, that guy has sat through the final round of auditions, and he was principal trumpeter of the New York Philharmonic for quite a few years before he ended up with his conducting career. So he's got a ton of valuable information. We're really incredibly lucky to have him speak to our participants for, I think he came in and spoke for 2 hours, and answered questions and gave insights, incredibly giving with his time, especially as busy as he is throughout that. Wednesday of the second week, we talk about how to get creative with your practicing and your practice schedule. I think one of the hardest things that students just one of the things that students struggle with the most, I know mine do, is time management. How to create a practice schedule that works for them. Right now, when we go to bed, we know what we're going to work on before we lay our head on that pillow. We know what we're going to work on the following day, right? So we really tackle that head on, Demondre and I, and try to cover our bases with creative practicing. And we break down some tricky licks, and how do we practice? Are there people that play from A to Z and then go back and kind of spot check and work on some things, or are there people that practice from A to B, A to B to C, B to C, then A to C, and how to work a metronome, how to work with drones, how to work with drum tracks, how to come up with new innovative ways to practice things. Thursday. Along with all of the technique stuff, of course, we're warming up every day, and we've got master classes going on every day. But the theme of Thursday and the big talk that we do is social media do's and don'ts. That's an area that I think that we see a lot of professionals struggle with that area, don't they? As well as everybody. Social media account, and we kind of have like a roundtable discussion, and it's eye-opening for us as teachers too, to get feedback from students. So that's kind of the talk on Thursday. And Friday, the hit topic is on Friday. Wrap it up is chamber music development and addressing any of the questions that we've had for the 2 weeks. And we've got a big final concert. But we specifically talk about chamber music development. I play in a brass quintet, my orchestra. Demondre, the world-renowned sotto voce quartet. He's got tons of chamber experience, also playing on the trombone. And we have the quartets that we form throughout the weeks, playing in the master classes. Talk about how to be a better chamber music. How to play chamber music better, which helps your orchestral training. If you're a tuba player and you're trying to get into an orchestra, you've got to have good chamber skills and be able to react to what you hear and experience around you. So those are kind of the that's a lot of stuff, I think, jammed into 2 weeks. Along with warm-up classes that happen every day, and topic sessions, and we like to bring in a guest artist or two. I know that we've got some instrument companies and development makers that would like to come this year, providing they can come in person and speak to the students about how instruments are designed and mouthpieces are designed. Yeah, I mean, it's just really intensive but closely knit weeks that we've formed. You know, and we've had a lot of returning participants that came back with us virtually this past summer. I think everybody would say that we had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also there is a solo competition for euphonium and tuba. And the winners of that competition, there is a cash prize, as well as they get to perform with you and DeMondre on one of your recitals. So that's a really neat thing that that the students in the program have the opportunity to participate in. Yeah,
totally. You know, I mean, we each give a solo recital, or actually a joint recital. We do public master classes as part of the festival. You know, so the public comes in and comes out some of that, and the students have the opportunity to play. You know, really big public master class. I want to say we had like 100 or 150 people, and those events. We had quite a few at the solo recital as well. I remember we gave it on July 4th, I think, last year, or 2 years ago.
I see we've got a question. How many students are in the Euphonium Tuba Institute? It's 10 to 12 per instrument is roughly our target. You know, so that's what we shoot for that particular program.
Yeah.
And then I see that Bill Wolfram is out there. Hi, Bill.
Hey, Bill. That guy can play the piano.
Boy, he can.
I haven't experienced a bad concert from him. So, Bill, hope you're doing well.
Yep. So I guess while we're waiting on some other questions, maybe I'll talk briefly about what our plans are for the summer. We do plan on having an in-person session. It could potentially be a little smaller than our traditional program, just because of the restrictions or protocols that will be in place from Guilford and the CDC. But we do, anticipate being there, and we will probably more than likely be housing students, one person per room, so that they will have their own little safe zone. And, the performances and rehearsals, we will be doing those with a smaller number on stage, because we, have to make sure there's plenty of room between people. And then we'll have to, sort of scrub the stage after, that time to get ready for the next rehearsal or performance. And then we will be using larger rooms for some of our chamber music, so that we make sure we have plenty of room. And we're even looking into having some tents outside, so that we can have some more ensembles that can rehearse out there, because it's, safer outside than in a closed space. And so, but we are planning on moving forward. We don't know exactly what the total student population is going to be yet, but we're certainly going to accommodate as many people as we can to make sure that everybody is safe and healthy. And we will follow all the guidelines that we are asked to do to make sure that that happens. Don't see any other questions yet. Let's see, what else can we talk about? Applications are due February 21st. We will continue to take applications until we fill all the positions available, but priority status is given to those who get their applications in by the 21st of February. It's all done on Accepted, which is our online hosting program. And you just need to get the application filled out and upload your videos. And I will take it from there, because it'll all come across my desk at that point. And then I will be in touch, once we get those done. But let's see.
You just put the link there.
Yeah, the link.
And I've been asked this question. There might be some people out there. There are usually two spots the Eastern Music, the Orchestral Festival. There are usually two tuba spots in a 5-week program, and those students get to participate in the workshop with Embouchure. and myself. So that's kind of an added bonus. But right now, I think that we have one confirmed person that's going to that was not able to participate last summer. Quite a few festivals have rolled over people, and I was just speaking with Melissa beforehand. We should know within the next week or two, and then make a public announcement if there is indeed the other spot that is opened. So there's quite a few people that ask.
It should be within the next few days that I know that.
I see where the applications for the Tuba Euphonium Institute and the Orchestral Institute separate. Good question.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
If you they are there, well, for Euphonium, it's, you know, it's for the program, but if you are applying specifically for the Euphonium Tuba Institute, you only need to fill out the Euphonium Tuba Institute application. Now, if you're interested in one of the positions in the orchestra, just fill out that one, because we will automatically consider anyone who does not receive one of those spots for the Institute. So if you're just going for the main program, the 5-week program, just fill out the regular tuba one. But if you just want to attend the 2-week program, fill out the Euphonium Tuba application. So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's no sense to, we don't need you to submit 2 applications.
No. And the last 2 years, I think we've got a pile of applications in the tuba area.
Yeah.
I think around, what do we average? Somewhere around 30, right?
Yeah.
40.
Somewhere around 30, 35, I think.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Justin. Any other questions from you? Let's see. So most of the students who are in the orchestral program, they all participate in chamber music, you know, in addition to their orchestral playing. So the 2 folks that would be in the orchestra would also perform in a brass quintet, most likely, as part of their chamber music requirements. So you would be doing some chamber music in addition to the orchestral playing, plus you get lessons, and as Aaron said, you can participate in the parts of the Euphonium Tuba Institute that don't directly conflict with your orchestra rehearsal.
Yeah. And also, in addition to that, you know, if you're in the 5-week program, if you're one of the tuba players, as Melissa just said, you participate in usually brass quintet. There's been brass trios, quartets, stuff like that. James Justin Kent, who is the principal trombonist in the Swedish Radio Orchestra, and Michael Chris, bass trombonist. They run the trombone program. We collaborate with the trombone studio of the festival quite a bit. So there's a lot of specialized section playing that we do every week, and that's a lot of fun. and we work on playing in a low brass section in the 5-week program.
Let's see. Another question. How many tuba positions in the 5-week program? Technically, we have 2 positions. We may have a 3rd this year, but we know 1 spot is officially filled, but we're not 100% sure whether it'll be 2 or 3, 1 or 2 more positions available.
We'll try
and is scholarship money available? Yes, we do have scholarship. It's based on merit, which is the audition materials you submit, and then need-based. So very often participants will receive some of both types. Most of our funding is in the work study program, which just means you would help usher concerts or work on the stage crew or something of that nature. So it's all music related, and it would not take away from your time as a musician at the program. But yeah, it's part of the application process. You can choose to apply for one or both, and then there's some extra questions that need to be answered in that for that purpose. But yes, we do have scholarship and money available. Okay. Any other specifics, Aaron, from you about, you know, the experience for the tuba guys in the orchestral program versus the
Yeah, I mean, in the past years, my school Schwartz has been great about programming some pieces that have two tubas on it. Last time we were in person, we did the Alpine Symphony, so one of the tuba players got to perform alongside of me in the faculty orchestra. Festival orchestra is all faculty and a few fellows that are there, so it's quite a good orchestra, and play very usually big repertoire, a lot of Mahler, Strauss, Sophia, Wagner, you name it, it gets programmed at the festival. There's a lot of kind of shadowing the faculty, that goes along, I think, with the two players. They can really see what a day in the life of an orchestral musician is like, and a lot of one-on-one time, not just with me, but with our brass faculty that are there in close contact with the string faculty and the woodwind faculty. It's a really big family of professionals,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
And I know that everybody keeps in touch throughout the year. And, our children always look forward to being there and playing with all of their friends, and we all kind of take over that north apartment zone, don't we?
Yeah.
Community, and if somebody's kid falls down, scrapes their knee, so one of the parents is out there fixing it up, and a Band-Aid on it or some peroxide, kids go to day camp. So I mean, it's a really fun 5 weeks, that I want all the professionals look forward to being there for.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things I like the most. It just seems like a very nurturing, environment where, everybody is available. If you have questions, the faculty are always there to help and above and beyond. And it just seems like a really, really neat place to have all of that musical community together, and everybody is sharing everything, about what you do, how you do it. And I think that it's extremely beneficial for the students to be able to have access to all that knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions out there? Pretty quiet.
People are busy. Friday night.
Oh, I guess. One thing that if people are questioning is we actually will be using a company to do all of the COVID testing for us, at arrival, and then with, a couple of times through the festival. We are going to be partnering with them. They have been doing the protocol for Guilford College, which is where we will be housed in the summer. And so they have it down to a science. And so we will be working with them to make sure that it is a safe environment for everybody. And but so I've had a few people asking about that. Sorry, my cat's being annoying now. Putting her best side forward there. What is life like on campus? Well, I think it's a really fun environment. I think. I mean, we are serious about the music and learning, and but there's still fun things that go on, and the students will hang out and they'll play soccer or tennis or capture the flag, or all kinds of things just around campus, and they tend to sort of congregate in the lounges of the dorms a little bit, because all of them have some sort of TVs or pool tables or ping pong or foosball or stuff like that. So they do have time to just relax and have some fun. It's not always 99.9% the heavy duty stuff. And the location of the campus is sort of in a suburban area, and there are places that you can walk to across the street from the main performance hall. They have frozen yogurt, there are restaurants, there's grocery stores, CVS pharmacy, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, just about anything you could probably want just for something different. But it is very close to campus, and and we do see students go over there during the summer. We just ask that they don't go by themselves when they go off campus. It's a safe environment, but we just want people to just have somebody with them and just go have some fun too.
Tons of great restaurants.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I miss a lot of that because we don't have that where I am now. Let's see. You're welcome, Justin. Do you have any other questions about the program or EMF or the application process in general? I know I feel like I'm singling you out, but you're the one asking all the great questions. Let's see. What other questions have I not answered? More from Kelly.
Or any typical questions that people normally post?
I mean, we've talked about scholarship. We've talked about the application process, a campus. Okay, when are students notified of acceptance? Good question. The application deadline is February 21st. It usually takes us about a week to 2 weeks to evaluate the recordings, and then that information gets sent to me, and then it gets processed for scholarship if necessary, and then I send out the paperwork. So roughly, new applicants will hear around early March, but we do have some rollovers from last year since we couldn't have our in-person session that have already received some acceptances, but there are still spots available, and we'll get those out right around March the 1st. All right. Well, I'm glad we answered your questions, Justin. You have a good night yourself. Let's see. We also have, we talked about the main orchestral program. We have a piano division that's also for 5 weeks in the summer. And we have 3 fantastic faculty members who handle that program. We also have a 2-week classical guitar program that happens the last 2 weeks of the festival. The Euphonium Tuba happens the first week, and then we have a break for a week, and then the guitars come in the last 2 weeks. We have a conducting scholar program. Those folks help do some conducting in some of the ensembles. They also have reading sessions where they can work with Maestro Schwartz and our other 2 faculty members. And then we have a string fellowship program, which we form 3 string quartets, and they play with the faculty orchestra, and then they also play outreach concerts in the community for us. In addition to those 2, we have a trombone fellowship and then a piano fellowship. So that's pretty much all of the programs that we have.
And spread the word on the trombone fellowship is open to tenor and bass trombonists this year.
Yes, it is. But let's see, I think that's it. The piano fellow, their primary job is to accompany students for the concerto competition finals. They also will do some of the accompanying for any studio classes or things, master classes where they're playing in their respective studios. So they will do some of that as well. So that's primarily an accompanying type position for those who are interested in getting some training there. All right.
Other questions?
Yeah. What was that? I heard a ding. The fries are done. No, sorry. So yeah, just to let you know, the next session is tomorrow. I'm going to be chatting with Cammie Rowan, who is the chair of the classical guitar program. So we'll be here, I think, what time is that one? I forget. I don't see the time. I can't remember. It's like, I think it's the same time maybe. And then Monday night, I'm hanging out with Chauncey Patterson, one of our viola faculty.
Yeah, Chauncey.
And so, yeah, we're going to hang out and have some fun then.
He's been my neighbor for a couple summers. Lives right next door to
Yeah, I know.
So,
yeah. So, but yeah, so I invite anybody to come hang out in either of those two sessions, and I'm sure we'll answer some of the same questions, but we'll have some different ones as well. And it's just nice hearing from having someone besides myself talking all the time, because I mean, my perspective is great because I know what's going on, but it's wonderful to have faculty to come chat and talk about things from their perspective, because they get to see a lot more of the day-to-day stuff than I do. I'm the one behind the paperwork, but I don't always get the chance to see
it. Organized, you keep us moving in the right direction, Melissa. So, everybody in the faculty, staff, we all appreciate you. I know I can speak for everyone.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So it's definitely a labor of love.
It is. But you pull it off really well and make it look easy.
That's the way it's supposed to be, right?
Yes, Melissa rocks. That's right.
Oh. Okay, so yeah, the times have been posted. Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern with Cammie, and then Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern with Chauncey. So, oh no, she said 7 p.m. Eastern on Saturday with Cammie. Sorry. Or wait, that doesn't make sense.
On Saturday.
7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Eastern. So how about 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central? Let's go with that, because I'm on Central Time over here in Tennessee. But anyway, well, I guess if we don't have any further questions, I guess we can call it a night. And but I want to thank you, Aaron, very much for joining us. I wish Demondre could have joined us as well. But I was super glad to have you here to talk about the program. And actually, there were a couple of things you mentioned I might have to sneak away and sit in on some for my own benefit.
Pleasure to be here. We're excited to be back in person, and we look forward to hearing tons of talented players and helping them achieve their goals during those 2 weeks.
Absolutely. So, well, without further ado, we'll just say good night. Thanks again, Aaron, and I will hopefully see you this summer.
Sounds good.
Bye.